Then I put on some lingerie and perfume, made myself look like one of these girls, and I thought I looked pretty hot.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best speeches from television shows, with few to no interruptions. To be clear, we won't be including animated shows, as those deserve a list of their own.
Even now, I find myself waiting. Hey, Mom, knock once if you love me and care about me and want me to know that I made your life a little bit brighter.
Number 10, In the Face of Fear, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. For those unfamiliar with Buffy, this may feel like an odd choice, but hear us and Buffy herself out. Faced with the origin of evil itself, Buffy Summers and her Scooby Gang are filled with doubt and fear about the enemy they face.
I know you're very tired.
I'm beyond tired. I'm beyond scared. I'm standing on the mouth of hell and it is going to swallow me whole.
Although the teenage vampire slayer is plenty scared, she insists she's ready to fight on despite her terror. Buffy is ready to give her apocalyptic foe an apocalypse of their own.
From now on, we won't just face our worst fears, we will seek them out. We will find them and cut out their hearts one by one until the first shows itself for what it really is.
Her inspirational, stirring words not only have us ready to battle evil incarnate, but also the real-world fears we face every day.
There is only one thing on this earth more powerful than evil, and that's us. Any questions?
Number 9, A Scale Model of War, Doctor Who. There have been many fantastic speeches throughout this British sci-fi series' long history, but this one is perhaps the most timeless, moving, and fiercely performed. Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor finds himself between human and alien factions, each poised to use apparent doomsday weapons against each other.
No matter how right you feel, you have no idea who's going to die. You don't know whose children are going to scream and burn. How many hearts will be broken? How many lives shattered? How much blood will spill until everybody does what they were always going to have to do from the very beginning? Sit down and talk!
The Doctor's speech on the futility and cyclical nature of war hits devastatingly close to home, no matter when you watch it. Capaldi's fiery performance ranges between sarcastically funny to heart-rendingly emotional, as he uses his own trauma from the Time War as motivation to stop anyone from enduring what he has.
I mean, you call this a war, this funny little thing? This is not a war. I fought in a bigger war than you will ever know. I did worse things than you could ever imagine. And when I close my eyes, I hear more screams than anyone could ever be able to count.
The greatest lesson of war should not be revenge, he essentially argues, but empathy.
No one else will ever have to live like this. No one else will ever have to feel this pain. Not on my watch.
Number 8, Sally's Truth. Barry. Given that it's a show about acting, and also murder, there are plenty of monologues in Barry. But Sally's impromptu speech while helping the title character with an audition is the stuff of legends, or at least awards. In one continuous, uninterrupted take, Sally vents her frustrations with her own career, her insecurities with performing a piece about a previous abusive relationship, and her jealousy of Barry's success.
I'm afraid that they're gonna judge me, and I'm afraid that Sam's gonna find out and do something crazy, but I have to do this. It's my story to tell.
The fact that actress Sarah Goldberg manages to effortlessly slip between emotional beats and comedy, all while appearing to be teetering on the edge of a breakdown, is simply astonishing.
I am so jealous that you're reading for this. I have never had a director's session for a feature, which is the same thing as a movie, P.S. And I have been doing this for way longer, and I think you'd agree that I am way better. I made you.
She certainly deserves all the accolades, or at least a little pie.
But then, I mean, to be honest, of course I'm so happy for you. I mean, of course I want you to get this part, and I want to be the one to help you learn your lines and fix your inflections, but I need you to know that if you do get it, it's gonna make me like 100 times more insane, okay?
Number 7, Cisco's Captain's Log, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. If you've seen any Star Trek, you know captain's logs are usually a way to establish exposition or wrap everything up in a nice little bow. This is not that. This captain's log comes at the end of an episode where Captain Benjamin Sisko has fabricated evidence and committed several potential war crimes to bring the Romulans into a massive conflict under false pretenses.
I lied. I cheated. I bribed men to cover the crimes of other men.
His captain's log is practically a confession as he lists all his wrongdoings and wrestles with his own inner demons and all he's done for the greater good.
But the most damning thing of all, I think I can live with it. And if I had to do it all over again...
It's a powerful, yet subtle and restrained performance from Avery Brooks, and at least Sisko can live with what he's done and has left a record behind, right?
A guilty conscience is a small price to pay for the safety of the Alpha Quadrant. So I will learn to live with it.
Number 6, Let It Rip, The Bear. The entire first season of this series has protagonist Carmy Borzado's true feelings simmering under the surface. But in this 7-minute monologue at an AA meeting, everything he's been holding in boils over.
I always thought my brother was my best friend. Like we just knew everything about each other. Except everybody thought he was their best friend. You know, he was that magnetic.
Carmy touches primarily on how his relationship with his brother has defined his life, his career, and his choices. His speech sees him work through his grief, eulogize his brother, as well as deliver some home truths about himself that prove incredibly relatable.
I felt like I could speak through the food, like I could communicate through creativity and that kind of confidence. You know, like I was good at something that was so new and that was so exciting, and I just wanted him to know that.
Jeremy Allen White basically disappears into the role, and it's impossible to look away from this mesmerizing monologue.
And over the last couple of months, I've been trying to fix it because it was in rough shape, and I think it's very clear that me trying to fix the restaurant was me trying to fix whatever was happening with my brother. And I don't know, maybe fix the whole family, because that restaurant, it does mean a lot to people.
Number 5, The Carousel Pitch, Mad Men. Don Draper delivers many fantastic ad pitches throughout Mad Men, but one of his earliest remains his best. Kodak has been struggling to find a way to market their wheel-style projector, but Don delivers a pitch that emphasizes not its new features, but instead invites customers to reconnect with their own pasts by evoking nostalgia.
Technology is a glittering lure, but there's the rare occasion when the public can be engaged on a level beyond flash, if they have a sentimental bond with the product.
Don knows exactly what the public will connect with, because it's exactly what he wants, to go back to when he felt loved.
Goes backwards, forwards. Takes us to a place where we ache to go again.
The speech simultaneously offers greater insight into Don's character, the appeal of period dramas in general, and delivers fascinating commentary on the human condition. Good luck indeed.
Lets us travel the way a child travels. Round and around, and back home again. To a place where we know we are loved.
Number 4, Ewan's Eulogy, Succession. You think the deceased brother's hijacking the eulogy would be a villain move, but Ewan's speech about his late brother, Logan Roy, is among the most honest moments in a show built on backstabbing.
I loved him, I suppose. And I suppose some of you did too, in whatever way he would let us and we could manage.
Ewan reveals their traumatic upbringing, including their crossing to America and the death of their little sister. He also rails against the man his brother became and the way in which his cold attitude inspired the worst in others.
I can't help but say, he has wrought the most terrible things. He was a man who has, here and there, drawn in the edges of the world, now and then darkened the skies a little, closed men's hearts.
And while the greater insight into Logan and Ewan's honesty are gratifying, it's the underlying grief that actor James Cromwell injects into the speech that helps make it truly special.
I don't know when, but sometime he decided not to try anymore. And it was a terrible shame. Godspeed, my brother. And God bless.
Number 3, America is not the greatest country in the world. The Newsroom. Creator/writer Aaron Sorkin has delivered some fantastic speeches in his TV shows. While President Bartlett's church monologue from The West Wing was a tempting alternative, Sorkin came out swinging in the first episode of The Newsroom. Moderate newsman Will McAvoy is pressed into answering the cliched question, why is America the greatest country in the world?
And with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
He rejects the question entirely, and he brings receipts, citing all the ways in which the US lags behind in so many areas, and claiming that the country is no longer what it once was.
There is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined.
People on all sides of the country's political spectrum have used the monologue as a rallying cry on social media, and Jeff Daniels absolutely kills it.
First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
Number 2, Tyrion's trial tirade, Game of Thrones. We could have easily gone with Tyrion's brother Jaime's emotional confession instead, but Tyrion's confession just ekes it out. On trial for killing his nephew Joffrey, the king, Tyrion confesses his guilt, not to that crime, but instead for what people have hated him his whole life for, being a dwarf.
Father, I wish to confess. I wish to confess.
He protests his innocence, and knowing they'll probably kill him anyway, decides to insult the king and his would-be jury. Peter Dinklage imbues fury and outrage into his every syllable and expression.
I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it.
By the time he delivers his final brilliant demand to exploit a loophole, we're ready to exonerate Tyrion and give Dinklage all the accolades.
I will not give my life for Joffrey's murder, and I know I'll get no justice here, so I will let the gods decide my fate. I demand a trial by combat.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Love Persevering, WandaVision. Who knew an imaginary android would cut so deep on grief?
I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose. But what is grief, if not love persevering?
Ben's taxi monologue, Ozark. Over 4 minutes of manic, heartbreaking rambling.
Oh. I remember. I remember what my mind was before the thing happened that ruined my mind.
Dark, empty black hole, The Haunting of Hill House. Theo bares her soul and reveals all.
And I'm just floating in this ocean of nothing. And I wonder if this is it, if this is what death is, just out there in the darkness, just darkness and numbness and alone. And I wondered if that's what she felt, and that's what Mom feels, and it's just numb and nothing and alone.
Luthen's Sacrifice, Andor. Evocative, furious, and a contender for the best speech in Star Wars.
So what do I sacrifice? Everything! Just stay with me, Lonnie. I need all the heroes I can get.
Everybody wrote us off. Friday Night Lights. Why do I feel the sudden urge to play football?
Every man at some point in his life is gonna lose a battle. He's gonna fight and he's gonna lose. But what makes him a man is that in the midst of that battle, he does not lose himself. This game is not over. This battle is not over.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, The One Who Knocks, Breaking Bad. Although Jesse's emotional confession during group therapy tore our hearts out, it's ultimately his mentor in meth-making, Walter White's speech, that is stuck in our minds.
Stop trying to justify this whole thing and admit you're in danger.
Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see?
After his wife Skylar urges him to go to the cops, Walt shuts her down. He goes into a prideful, angry rant, flexing not only his newfound wealth, but also claiming that he is not in danger. He's the danger.
Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in.
Walt doesn't just want to be respected, he wants to be feared. Bryan Cranston not only embodies the arrogant, menacing Heisenberg part of Walt, but through some subtle trembling facial cues, he also shows that he may be just as scared of who he's become as Skylar. It's an absolute masterclass of acting.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Is there a fantastic TV speech we forgot? Let it rip with your favorites in the comments.
He would always say, stupid. He would always say, let it rip